Congressman Khanna, welcome.
Thank you for having me back on.
I want to ask you something that happened this week about Donald Trump, the president, of course, tweeting that perhaps UC Berkeley should lose its funding as a result of the protests there and the cancellation of a speaker, the right-wing speaker. And he's also been threatening funding for sanctuary cities like San Jose and San Francisco. And I'm wondering, as a member of the Budget Committee, is that just bluster to you, or how seriously do you take it?
Well, I certainly don't think my Republican colleagues would go along with that type of intimidation. There are many people who believe in the First Amendment. So I'm hopeful that on the Budget Committee, I will be able to convince both Republicans and Democrats not to do that. But of course, I disagree with any of the president's tactics in tweeting out those type of intimidation messages.
On the other hand, there's also a possible funding hit on Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. The Republicans have talked about repealing that. California gets about $15 billion a year just from health care for our expansion of health care here in California. What about that? How worried should California be?
We should be very worried. That is a real challenge, and there are a lot of people in the Republican Congress who do want to repeal that. And I have argued for a single-payer health care, but at the very least, we need to make the case that we can't repeal this without any plan for replacement. And I grilled one of the witnesses recently on the Budget Committee, and she admitted that she thought Trump's plan was inadequate as recently as April of last year. And so we just need to keep making the point that they have absolutely no replacement plan.
Is there a sense or a concern on your part that California, setting itself up as sort of the resistance movement with Jerry Brown and the new Attorney General, are you concerned that we could be putting ourselves a bit in the crosshairs?
I'm not. I think that California is doing something that is principled with our values. That said, I don't think that is a sufficient strategy. And my belief is we need to have an affirmative agenda, a positive vision, and understand that this election was not just about Donald Trump. This election was about a lot of people who felt not included in our economy. And I have argued that we need to be creating tech jobs, not just in my district, but across America. We need the Democratic Party to have a much more economically populist message. We need to get off of a reliance on PAC money. So I hope we will view this election for some introspection and have a positive agenda to win people, and not just be only about resistance.
But there are many people who feel that the tech industry, which of course your district very much represents, is part of the problem in the sense that there is technology and automation and driverless cars, all this technology that is threatening the jobs of the very voters who were so turned off by Hillary Clinton, apparently, the voters in Michigan and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. What are your thoughts about that?
I think we have to talk very specifically. So I am visiting Appalachia in Kentucky, and there's a program there funded by the Appalachian Economic Regional Commission where they are educating and preparing coal miners' kids and others on iOS software for the iPhone, Android software for Google, where in 4 months people are getting jobs, 40, 50 jobs. Tech companies have to do a better job creating jobs in Ohio, in Michigan, and Wisconsin, and making the case that you shouldn't just fear technology, that technology also can create opportunity. But absolutely, it's a wake-up call for our district in Silicon Valley that we need to do a better job in creating these economic opportunities across the country and telling the story of how technology can help middle-class lives.
Congressman, we've seen a lot of protests across the country, here in California included, of course, over the executive orders regarding refugees and immigration in general. What are your thoughts about that as the son of immigrants? What concerns you the most about these policies?
Well, I'm concerned not as a son of immigrants. I'm concerned as a bicentennial baby in Philadelphia, born in Philadelphia, as someone who reveres our Constitution. And what makes America extraordinary is that we don't have an ethnic or religious test in how we judge people. And what concerns me about the orders is that they impose those types of tests. We need to recognize that our comparative advantage in the world is that we have folks here, the best and brightest, regardless of their ethnicity or religion.
All right. Freshman and rookie Congressman Ro Khanna, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Scott, for having me back on.